Okay, let's go to Glasgow and talk to Toni Giugliano, who's from the Yes Scotland campaign. Hello to you. Thanks very much indeed for being with us. And what do you make of JK Rowling's intervention today?
Well, do you know, JK Rowling is a very, very important author in Scotland. She's very well respected in Scotland, but, you know, she has one vote in this referendum, and just like I have one vote and everyone else here in Scotland has one vote. And just like the 2,600 authors and artists of National Collective, for instance, our movement of artists and creatives here in Scotland who are backing a yes vote have one vote. So her view is important as an important author here in Scotland. Of course, I don't agree with it, but as I say, we are concentrated in building Scotland's largest grassroots movement and Scotland's largest grassroots campaign. We have over 300 local groups across Scotland. We have over 40 sectoral and external organisations. We don't rely on endorsements from celebrities. Of course, for us, these celebrities are the cherry on the cake of our campaign. They're not the foundations of our campaign. The foundations of our campaign, right, as I say, is that grassroots movement that we have and that the No campaign don't have.
Okay, but it is interesting, perhaps, isn't it, that, you know, there have been a number of celebrities who've decided they are going, and they do carry weight. You talk about them having one vote. Obviously, they only have one vote. But, you know, their status and their celebrity does potentially carry some weight. I mean, for you and your campaign, is it perhaps a little galling that some people who are very famous haven't come out to support you?
Well, yes, they have. We have Alan Cumming, Brian Cox, Lou Hickey, Elaine C. Smith. We have an array, as I said, 2,600 of artists and creatives in National Collective that are backing our campaign. What I'm saying is, in addition to all these artists and celebrities that we have, if you remember our launch in Edinburgh full of celebrities, in addition to that, we have Scotland's largest grassroots campaign. On Saturday, we're going to be launching our convention where these 300 local groups across Scotland will be represented, where we will have our 40 to 45 sectoral groups and external organisations represented. You know, we've knocked on over 1 million doors since the start of this campaign, and I can tell you that between now and the referendum we will be having an extra 1 million conversations over the next 3 months, because we know that when people hear the yes message, they shift to yes. And in actual fact, the issues that are coming up at the doorstep are on child poverty, on nuclear weapons, the fact that we have an austerity agenda in Westminster, and the fact that people in Scotland want their parliament, the parliament they trust, to make all their decisions here in Scotland.
Okay, I mean, JK Rowling talked about the economics of a separation, of a splitting of the union. I mean, fundamentally, that's what people are going to be focusing on, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, the economic case is what's going to win this debate, and we know that Scotland would be one of the top 20 wealthiest countries in the world. We already put more into the UK pot than we get back out. But the difference is with independence, we'll be able to redistribute Scotland's immense wealth. You know, we have 60% of Europe's oil production. We have 25% of wind potential across the European Union. We have some of the world's top universities.
Right.
We've got what it takes to be an independent country.
Okay. I mean, what do you make also of JK Rowling's allegations today that she's been cyberbullied by the Yes campaign? Well, you know, after she's come out and sort of nailed her colours to the mast. And does that perhaps point to why someone like Andy Murray or Chris Hoy or James McAvoy haven't come out on either side of the debate? As
I say, we have had celebrity endorsements in the Yes campaign, but what I will say on social media, and I hope that when Blair speaks later he will also agree with this, is that both sides of the debate should be leading a respectful discussion on Scotland's future. I think that we have so far led a very respectful debate between both sides. I must say, and I think most people would agree, that this is a minority, a very small minority of people online that have been inappropriate in expressing their views. We have issued some very robust guidance as a campaign, and we expect our supporters to adhere to that. But again, I think we can all agree that it's been both sides. It's certainly not just been on the yes side, where we have had a very, very small number of people who have not been behaving appropriately in the debate. So we're confident that so far as a campaign, not only as a campaign, but as a process, as a referendum process, it has been a very respectful one. And I think I would encourage people to continue on that over the next few months.
Sure, Tony, but as we count down, we're now less than 100 days of campaigning to go. Do you think it's going to get more poisonous?
Well, look, I think it's important that we maintain, as I say, we have issued a very robust and strong guidance on social media. Inevitably, the passion of this debate is going to be even more clear, even more evident in the weeks ahead, undoubtedly. But let's remain respectful. Let's appreciate the fact that we all have different views, and you know, at the end of the day, whatever the decision, and I hope it's a yes, we will be one country and a united country after this vote, and that's important to remember.
Sure. Okay, Toni Giugliano, many thanks for joining us from Glasgow.
Thank you.
Thank you.